Hello, hello.
Hello.
We're just swaying in the background right now.
As you do, as we do.
How's your day been?
Weather's been pretty good. How about yours?
Uh, well, do you want the truth or the
The truth.
Right. I mean, I worked a long shift. It was like 9:30 to 5:30, and the whole time I was just thinking about coming home and chillaxing a little bit. But I'm a little stressed. I've got a lot going on. I need to plan my going away gig in July, which is only like a couple months away now.
Can I be honest? I
Yeah.
had the same feeling today. I could not wait to finish work. As things are, today was a peaceful, fun day at work. I just didn't want to be at work.
No, it's true because even at my shift, I was working with, like, some people who are usually, like who are, like, my like, favorite people to work with. Like, this should have been a perfect shift, but I think me and my mindset was just not feeling it, so I just wasn't in the mood today. But it was nothing to do with them. I think it's just a fact that we're there in capitalism. But on that topic, the one place where we shouldn't feel that way is in our friendships, right?
That was the most contrived.
That was a cute little way to make this conversation about friendships. It was a cute little segue. Is that the saying? It
Yeah,
is segue.
segue.
Yeah, way I got a saying right.
Well, on that note, I was thinking a lot about some of my friends today. Summer is approaching, and that is peak time for friendships, I would say.
That's it. How many conversations have you had so far that have been like, "Oh, I can't wait for summer so we can do all of this and that."
I think this summer is going to be quite different because A, you're leaving this summer, you leave midsummer,
Yeah.
and
I'm leaving London, like, end of July. So it's weird because I get the first half of summer in London and the second half in Canada, which is pretty cool.
Mhm. Are you excited for that? Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I can't wait. That's why I'm over it. I don't wanna be here in London because it feels like there's this, like, kind of countdown going on in my head, and it's like it's a weird way to live where it's like, "Oh, I've got, like, 2 months to do all of this, to downsize everything, to pack, to get ready to for finances and, like, get everything ready for the move." And it feels weird because it
Mhm.
takes me out of living in the moment, if that
I
makes sense?
understand that, yes.
Yeah. And I can't help it because it is something I have to think about as it's approaching.
Mhm.
But I am excited. But then I think when I get there, I'll be scared and then I'll regret that I didn't enjoy my time here as much because I was stressing out about the future. So it's a very back and forth feeling.
There's definitely a balance you're needing to find between being mature and prepared to move to a whole new country to begin a whole new life, whilst also acknowledging the fact once you do move, you won't be back in London with your London friends for a while. So you should make the most of it while you can.
Yeah. And what I was going to say to that is, I wonder what will change in the sense of my friends will still be my friends, like my London friends, but will we will we be texting more? Will we miss each other? Like, as in, like, will there be days where I really wanna call them, but then the time difference gets in the way of it? So I do think about these sort of things as well. Will I be making new friends straight away? Like, I don't know.
The time difference one is a funny one because it's quite a large gap
It's like 6
and
hours or something. Yeah,
it's 6 hours behind, I think.
I think
Yes,
it's
6
6
hours
hours.
behind.
Mm.
And like with any change, with any change that happens in your own life and the way it can affect other people in your life, I'm sure there will be a few days to a few weeks of a adjustment period. Then again, it really does depend because I was thinking about the time when I went traveling in Asia and about the separate time you also happened to be in Vietnam.
Mhm.
Did we phone called at one point?
Yeah.
And it's also the same difference. It's 6 hours ahead. We somehow just found time.
Yeah, I think it was, like, even when if it was, like, evening for one of us and morning for the other person, we still had that time to talk.
Mhm.
Although, that was more holiday vibes.
It will be different when you're working.
Yeah, it would be different. Oof. But yeah, that's
But
crazy.
even then, it's different because there have been a few occasions you rung me when you were on break. I have rung you when I was on
Mhm.
break. You just sort of make it work.
We can tell them as well. There was a time where Darren was at a family wedding, and I was on the phone to him. And then, like, I didn't realize he was making the rounds at this wedding, and then, like, I was, like, in the middle of a story, and he was like, "Oh, sorry, 1 minute, Cathy, I just gotta take some photos with the family." So then he just stopped talking and took a picture with it, the people at the wedding, and then he continued talking to me. See, this man
I
loves me so
remember this
much.
wedding. I remember this
I
wedding
was like,
in such
"Hon, you can just
crazy
call me back,
detail.
like, I'm sorry."
I remember it so well. There was so the wedding took place in a manor or some sort of estate,
Yeah.
and it had a massive garden in the front and the back.
Mhm.
I don't know what weddings are like for you and in your culture, but
Mhm.
for me, I'm sure the wedding started, say, 1, 2 p.m.
Yeah.
We didn't end up leaving until, say, 9 p.m. It's a whole
Oh.
day event. It's a whole day excursion.
And you get fed in it, like, fed
Yeah,
well.
lunch, breakfast, dinner, you name it.
That's what I miss about going to these weddings. Yeah,
I'm
lots
pretty
of
sure you rang me at around, I wanna say it was around 6 p.m. The sun was just starting to set, and they were trying to get golden hour photos.
But you were just walking around with a phone in your
I
hand,
was just walking
talking to
around.
me. That's how I saw it in my head.
By that time, I had done my rounds of all the different family members. I'd eaten as much as I could have, sat on a not even sat on a bench, laid down on a bench,
Ooh.
just chatting to you. And someone called me over and said that they're doing photos and that it was my turn. And yeah, you told me I can phone you back. But I don't know why. I don't like doing that.
No,
I
he
rather
doesn't like
just
doing that.
put you on hold or put the phone call on pause, put the phone in my pocket, do what I need to do. I don't remember know, or I don't know if you remember. Could you hear what was happening?
I think there was some background chatter, but but, I think I heard okay, I don't know if I'm being dramatic or crazy. I don't know if I heard the flash of the camera. Was it loud? Because I swear I heard that.
Maybe. I mean, they
I
had
had the flash
professional
of the
photographers.
camera, and then in my head, I had an image of you smiling, and then you just returned to the call. Wow. This Do you know what's sweet about you is that you like to keep me on the phone, innit? You don't like endings. Me neither.
No, I'll be honest with you. I listen, some of these weddings, these South Asian weddings, upwards of 400, 500 people. Truth be told, I don't know all these people. I don't know who half of them are. I spoke to the people I did know.
Mm,
I was introduced to some people who I did not know prior to this.
yeah.
Did what I did, ate what I could have eaten, wandered around as much as I could have.
It was an
So then it
Asian
got to a
wedding,
point,
right?
proper Asian
Yeah,
wedding,
these
yeah.
these Asian weddings go crazy, man.
So then it eventually gets to that point. What do I do now? Guess I'll call Kathy.
Oh.
On the topic of being Asian, hello everyone. This is an
Hey.
Asian Aunties episode. Not much really going
Wow.
on.
What a
But
great
in
segue.
yeah, but in fashion of it being an Asian Aunties episode, we always have a beverage with us. What did you
Oh,
bring? What did you have?
it's not a hot beverage. It was,
Oh,
it sorry, I forgot that was the theme. I was having a low day, I needed some sugar. I'm actually drinking a Fanta fruit twist over there. What are you
regular
drinking?
Fanta?
You're kidding me! You're kidding me! You're kidding. Do you know what's crazy? I never drink Fanta. Never. That's that's the one night. You're kidding. I would reach for my Fanta bit, so no way. You're drinking the regular one, I'm drinking the
Uh,
twisty one. That's
well, that's
crazy. This is
funny.
guys, we're so in sync. Guys, I never drink Fanta. That's crazy.
What happened to that Earl Grey you said you were going to have?
Oh, yeah, I lied to you. Before this call, I was like, "Hey, man, I just need 10 minutes to make an Earl Grey." I went downstairs. There was a big bottle of Fanta Fruit Twist in the fridge. I was like, "This will do."
That's the pinky red colored one, isn't it?
It's the reddish one.
Oh, but the fruit twist is
I
delicious.
don't know, I haven't had it in a while. Truth be told,
And
I had some
zero sugar?
fried chicken earlier, so, this was just a treat, Just this the
Listen though,
day.
whenever you get fried chicken, you need to get a fizzy drink with
You
it.
need exactly, so this is the reason, guys.
Can I tell
I'm
you
not just a
something that I
maniac.
miss about London and
What?
co because the fried chicken here is just different. But do you know
Oh,
what I miss about London?
the chicken and chip shops in London.
Specifically, one thing about it. I miss a strawberry Mirinda.
Strawberry Mirinda's crazy work.
I miss a
Yeah,
strawberry Mirinda.
that is good. That is a good one. Yeah.
'Cause now when I get a takeaway, a chippy or anything like that, I just get Iron Brew. I like Iron Brew,
Well, I'm
but I miss a
jealous
strawberry Mirinda.
'cause
Why?
I love Iron Brew.
I know it sounds
I love
ridiculous for me
Iron
to
Brew.
word this, but do they not have Iron Brew in a London chippy?
It's not as it's not as common anymore. You can only get Iron Brew in certain
Mm.
supermarkets.
'Cause in my
Yeah.
head, I'm used to seeing it. So, before moving to Scotland, I'm
Mm.
sure I saw it a lot, but
I
of
used to
course
see the bottled version a lot, but not
mm,
you don't see the cans much anymore.
now that I live in Scotland, I see it all the time, but
Yeah.
like you said, yeah, in London, I just saw the bottles a lot.
Yeah, but even now there's been a decline in them because we used to have Iron Brew and Wetherspoons, but we haven't had that in, like,
Do you
months. But
know?
yeah, no, I don't know why they took it off because it was quite popular.
I don't know how it is in London, but at least in Scotland, we have different varieties of it and different flavors of it.
Different flavors
Yeah, you get different flavors.
of Iron Brew?
Yes.
Like what? I want one.
With regards to the varieties, you
Mm.
have regular, sugar-free, and Iron Brew Ultra, which is like Coke Zero. Like the, I don't know what
Oh.
the difference is between the zero version and the sugar-free version, but they both exist.
Mhm.
In terms of flavors, you've so here's the funny thing about the flavors.
Yeah.
One of the big USPs about Iron Brew is that the flavor is a secret.
Oh,
It's supposed to be nondescript. And so the 2 new
okay.
flavors, one was called Unicorn Tears, and another one was called Nessie Nectar.
No
And again,
way.
they were just marketed as 2 different flavors, but there's no description of what these flavors are.
Have you tried it?
I like them both. They were both delicious to me.
Mm. Okay, well, I'll
Something
have a
I
try
drink
of
a
that.
lot of. I had to stop because I had a bit of a, I don't
Mm.
wanna say an attack, but I'll explain what
Oh.
I mean in a second. Something I really like are Red Bulls, and I love all the different flavors of them.
Ooh.
My go-to is the purple one, which is grapefruit and blossom.
You know what? I have not explored many of the Red Bull flavors, but I know there's so many different ones.
There's a lot.
Mm.
I don't mind a standard one. On a night out, it's my standard mixer, a Red Bull.
Oh, really? Yeah, as a bartender, kinda I used to have a Red Bull phase, but s now I just live off coffee, honestly.
I think I like coffee. I'm a barista. I love coffee, but
Mm,
it really has to do with the time of day and if I've just eaten or not. Because a coffee is nice and it's quite satiating, but
mm,
with, say, a fizzy drink, a fizzy juice, a Red Bull, they're more refreshing. I don't find a coffee
yeah.
is ever refreshing.
Unless you get an ice coffee.
I disagree. I don't find them refreshing. They're cooling.
Yeah, they're not
They're
refreshing, to be fair. Unless it's bare ice and unless it's, like, the coldest thing ever, like, then it's what's the point, right? It has to be the
yeah.
coldest thing ever, like, there has to be, like, 1,000 ice cubes in there. Um, are you into Monster?
I do not mind a monster. So previous so just before you and me started filming,
Mhm.
you asked me about a certain brand and
What one?
politically what this brand supports.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I can say it right now, sorry.
I
Let's not talk about
believe
that.
that there are some energy drinks companies that also fall under that.
Really?
And so certain energy drinks, I have consumed them and I do enjoy them,
Right, but
but
morally?
morally,
Ooh, oh, interesting. Okay. Wow, I didn't know that because obviously at Spoons, we do a lot of monsters, I'm sure you've seen.
mhm. Yes,
So
I'm very familiar.
and I'm not gonna lie,
Strawberry
sometimes the going gets tough and I need a pick me up. So if I get a free drink, I might get an occasional monster. And I'm not gonna lie, for the size of it, you're getting a lot of liquid. I mean, granted, it's not good for you, but you're getting a lot of something. But yeah, boy, do I feel monstrous when I drink that monster. But yeah, anyway, on that note,
what note was that
wow. Well,
exactly?
no, we're still I didn't think we'd be talking about drinks so much, but I guess because summer is coming, you know, like these drinks, like fizzy drinks, do taste better in summer. And
Ooh,
then
ice
I
cold.
find coffee and hot drinks taste better in the winter time.
No, I agree, I agree. Do you know
Yeah,
one thing, ironically enough, I have not had in a very long time,
hot
and I
chocolate.
don't really miss? I have not had a hot chocolate in a
I knew
while.
it.
I love me a good hot chocolate usually, or a
Do you know?
mocha.
Do you know what? I'm the same as you. Like I don't fancy a hot chocolate when the summer's hot, but after I watched the Michael Jackson movie the other night,
Mm.
I came out the cinema around 10:30 p.m. I was feeling a bit cool. McDonald's was open. I got a hot chocolate.
I have never gotten a McDonald's hot chocolate before.
It was alright. It was nothing special, but it was good in the sense that I
On the
needed
topic of
something warm.
companies with problematic
Yeah. Yeah, McDonald's as well, oof. But
what was I gonna say?
on that topic, I have not been to Starbucks in, like, 2 years.
Ooh,
But
what
I'm
was
a
I gonna say?
hypocrite because I still go to McDonald's, so
Um, After the Michael Jackson movie,
yeah.
I've really been into ice cream.
Oh my god, have you ever had an ice cream no, a Coca-Cola float?
I knew you were gonna say something about a float. I have
Coke
not,
float.
no. Again, Coca-Cola, another company.
Oh, damn, really?
Yes!
Jeez! Gosh,
I
okay.
already know what I'm gonna title this episode.
Us
Cathy
losing
supports
so many No! Leave the no! Can you stop? Please don't spread false allegations about me. Please don't. Just because I said I went to McDonald's to get a hot chocolate, just because I sometimes walk through M&S and smile.
Ugh,
I We're here to say on this podcast that we support world peace and love and, you know, like Michael Jackson once said, "Heal the world, make it a better place."
mm. I can tell you really wanna talk about Michael Jackson.
No, why? I just wanna change the subject from from this. Oh,
Uh,
yeah, because Michael Jackson again, it's actually another controversial topic, to be honest. Because like, when I mentioned him to, like, my boyfriend or other people, they were like, "Oh, but, all the allegations and stuff." It's like so they feel like what's your opinion on this? They think that the Michael Jackson film softens his image.
I mean, well, yes, but was
But it's
his
good, eh?
image hard to begin with?
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is part 1, right? We know that
Mm,
part 2 is gonna be maybe more intense, I suppose.
I think it will be, from my understanding, not my understanding. So I must preface this by saying that anything I knew or had ever heard about Michael Jackson came from the media. Prior to watching this movie, I knew nothing about this man, his
Really?
family, or his upbringing.
Okay.
The only thing I knew about Michael Jackson was that he had vitiligo,
Mm.
he had a nose job, and he once dangled his baby outside of a balcony.
Oh, yeah.
Those are
Okay.
the only things I could tell you I knew about him.
Did you not grow up listening to his music?
No.
You didn't? Because okay, so this is where me and Darren are different because Michael Jackson was actually a big part of my childhood. Like, I was scared of him, but I was very fascinated by him. So I would love to listen to his music, and I was really, like, interested in him as an artist. But there were certain images that the newspaper would put out that were not flattering of him, okay? And I thought he looked like a ghost. So when I was younger, that used to scare the crap out of me, and I used to have nightmares about his face. So actually, I tried to overcome this fear by watching the film, and I really enjoyed it. And it made me feel more empathetic towards him, and it made me appreciate the artistry of yeah of what he did. Like Thriller is like one of the is it not like the best selling album of all time?
What, something like that,
Something like
yes.
that. Like, you can't deny, like, he was so iconic, you know? So, yeah. But, the most iconic man out there, he did not have many real friends. Isn't that sad?
That is quite sad.
I mean, there
They
was Bubbles, the chimp.
they show that a lot in the movie,
Mm,
and he did mention it as well in the movie. Anytime So the movie is split into his different, like, ages and life
yeah.
stages. When he was younger, so when Jackson 5 was quite popular,
Mhm.
his mom asked him in the movie, "Has he tried making new friends and everything?"
And he says he's
And
different, yeah.
yeah, did he say they
Yeah.
just asked for autographs or something of that sort?
No, they said that, people I think, like, before he was even famous, I think he faced some kind of discrimination or something.
Mm.
Was it for being his skin color, do you reckon?
That is one thing I was
That
thinking
could have been a
about.
factor, yeah.
With the exception of that one MTV scene, they didn't really talk a lot about racism.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I can only imagine it's something he must have faced a lot.
Yeah, because like, he grew up in the '60s, right?
Yeah.
And in America, like, around that, like, you know, racism was still a big thing, wasn't it?
Again, I don't know much about America,
Yeah.
and I can't remember where they grew up specifically. Do you remember the town and state
He
they
was
grew up
born
in?
in Gary somewhere. Let me look.
Is it Indiana? I'm gonna
India
have
I
to
was
look
gonna
up.
say, is it Indiana?
I'll let you look up.
Yeah. Gary, Indiana.
Is or was Indiana a majority black state?
I don't know, you know. Not gonna lie, I don't know. But I was a bit surprised they didn't touch more on the race thing in his earlier childhood.
I'm trying to think what the reason behind that would be.
Hmm.
Call me crazy, but is there a chance he didn't face a lot of backlash for his skin color? I mean, maybe he did and they just decided to leave it out.
Well, it's interesting as well because I don't know too much about the brothers' backstory, but they all seemed like they were having a happy time. They were like there was a you know that scene where he wants to play Twister with them, but they're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I've got to do this," or like, "Oh, I've got a date tonight. I've got this." So it seems like his brothers weren't lonely, but he was.
I think that comes down to the age difference
Right.
because in the beginning of the movie, when is it Joe Jackson, the father?
The dad.
He's making them practice and making them rehearse.
Yeah.
Is Michael Jackson, he is 10 years old around that time?
He's 8. No,
8,
no, he's 10, but they make him say he's
10.
8. Yeah, yeah.
All his brothers look a lot older than him.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. W With regards to the Jackson 5, when did they start training? When did they start rehearsing?
All their lives.
Was it all their lives, even
It was
before
all their
Michael
lives.
Jackson himself was born?
That's a good point. I Yeah. Also, what are the chances that all 5 brothers are like can all sing and dance and play instruments? That's so
Wha
cool.
Is that a chance thing, or was that something their father made them do?
But his father could have made them do it, and they could have been bad at it. Do you know what I
I
mean?
mean, pun most certainly not intended. I think
Mm.
he beat it into them.
Stop!
I just think he, at least from the movie, he
Well,
seemed to run a tight ship.
yeah, that's true.
He was making them rehearse every night
But you
and
know what
do
was
shows.
sweet? Like, you know, the scenes where my sorry if we're spoiling anything. I don't think we're spoiling anything because like, all of
We
this
should
stuff
clarify.
yeah.
What I guess
All this stuff is, like, facts about Michael and his
that's what I was gonna
family.
say.
Yeah,
Can you
it's like
say spoiler if it's a biopic?
"Oh my god, guys, you're not gonna believe it, but he dies at the end." Like, but not this film, but eventually. Like, you know what I mean? Is it a spoiler? Because it's all just, like we're just saying facts about him and his family here, so but, like, you know, skip ahead if you don't wanna hear anything about Michael, but I do wanna talk about this film because I was telling Darren and my other friend Chantel here that ever since I watched the movie, it's all I can think about. Like, it just it has such a strong impact on me, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I feel a bit sorry for him or, like, there's something about him that, like in that movie anyway, and how he was portrayed that just makes you quite emotional. It was quite an emotional watch, wasn't it?
Can I talk about cinematography real quickly?
Yeah.
The last movie I watched in the cinema before that movie was The Long Walk, and
Oh.
The Long Walk is such a sad movie to me. The ending was just soul destroying. It was devastating. Call
Oh.
me crazy to anyone who has seen The Long Walk. I watched it twice.
You
It's
watched it
one of those
twice?
movies you really shouldn't need to watch it twice. It's not on the same level of, but it's like Graveyard of the Fireflies.
Oh,
That's
he
not a movie you watch twice.
he always tells me about this, and I'm
Kathy,
scared to
I
watch it.
pray for you that you
I'm
never
scared.
have to watch this
I don't
movie.
wanna watch it.
I have a list of
You're
movies
getting
that I've
emotional
watched.
thinking about it.
I have a list of movies here that I've watched that, Kathy, I really hope for your soul you never
Mm,
watch these movies. Let me
okay.
find them real quick.
Is it, like, emotional, like, when life gives you tangerines?
No, it's way more emotional than that.
Whoa.
So here are some movies, Kathy, I hope you never have to watch in your
Okay.
life. So, Graveyard of the Fireflies,
Okay.
Watership Down.
Don't know that one.
So, I'll just let you know, I'll give you the gist of them. Graveyard of the Fireflies is about a Japanese brother and sister.
Mhm.
Watership Down is about bunny rabbits.
Oh, cute.
It's not.
Oh,
This is one I recently watched and it really hurt my heart. It's called When the Wind Blows.
okay.
It's it really like hit me. It's about an old couple.
Okay. Oh, I actually watched 2 really devastating films that made me cry, and Paul Mescal was in both of them.
Is it that Traveller one?
No, there's one called After Sun, and then there's one
Mm.
called something about strangers, like it was just really sad. I cried in the cinema.
I think I know
Um,
which one you mean. Yes, yes,
it was
yes.
it was oof, oh man.
But what I was gonna say was with regards to characterization, good acting, a good score, a good
Cinematography.
music score, cinematography, you can just make such a good movie. The thing with the Michael Jackson biopic, it had all of that great acting, and not even just the Michael Jackson music, but the underscoring,
Yeah.
transitions,
Yeah,
the
everything.
way characters evolved in it. You have all it as a standalone, it's a great movie. Then
Yes,
when you add in
exactly.
the layer that it's a real story about a
Yeah,
real
exactly.
person,
When you realize, like, wait, that's Mike. That's the Mike I grew up with.
it
It's just painful, man.
it makes it 3D. It makes it real life. And in a way, it makes it hard to swallow.
Yes, it's true. Oh my gosh, you know what? Do you know what the next biopic I wanna see is? Well, one day.
Mm.
Not like I don't know. The
If
Britney
it's the
Spears.
chaperone,
No, Britney.
thank God.
Chapel maybe in 100 years, but, like, Britney. Don't you think
The
that
Britney.
that would have me in tears, man? Cause I love Britney, and Britney is still, thriving and everything, but I think the world wants to know, like, what really went down, you know? Like I mean, she did release an biography a couple years ago or so, but
Mm.
I would love to see a visual of her journey from, like like in the same way as the Michael movie. I would love to watch a Britney version.
I feel like it would just be really sad,
Yeah. But
especially
then
2000s Britney.
but then people will, like, look at it the same way, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's why Britney lost control at the paparazzi because she was going through such a hard time, like, losing her, like, custody of her kids and the media and everything." But back then, like, the world showed her no mercy. Um, yeah.
Do you feel like I can't remember if you and me had this conversation or if I had this conversation with someone else.
Mhm.
Do you feel like as fans, we're different to fans of the past?
What do you mean?
I
Oh,
feel
like,
like
us as fans now compared to
yes, I feel like people back in the day rarely looked up at celebrities. We looked at celebrities on how to act, how to be. So when celebrities did things wrong, looked wrong, said things wrong,
yeah,
we rarely put them through it. We
yeah.
rarely burn them at the stake for small mistakes.
Mhm.
Now, I do still feel that happens today, but it's changed. Rather than looking at celebrities how to act, we're almost telling
We're
celebrities how
telling
to
them how to
act.
act. It's true, like and Chappell Roan is the best example of this. So many people hating on her behavior, when I just know if they were in a similar situation, I just like, are you telling me you would behave perfectly 24/7? Like, as in, like, polite and, like, never having a bad day, never in a low mood. But, like, that's the thing, celebrities back then, they had to act perfect, otherwise you would remove them from the pedestal. Nowadays,
Yeah.
people are going out of their way to dig out their past to, like, find a small crack in celebrities nowadays, and it's easier to do that now because of social media, because we have so much more
Mhm.
access to celebrities. But back in those days, all we had was, like, a newspaper article or, like, a music video or, like, a video interview to go off on, and I kinda miss
That's
those
why
days. I kinda
that's why
miss those days.
magazines, newspapers, gossip blogs were so important.
Yeah, but I actually miss those days because celebrities had more intrigue and power. Someone said the same thing about teachers as well. Do you remember, like, when we were younger, like, we knew nothing about our teachers or, like, the anything that they did outside of school, like, we just did not think about. Now it's
Mhm.
teachers on TikTok, like, just, like, doing, like, a day in my life. Like, what do you mean? What if your student sees this? They don't wanna see a day in your life. A day
Yeah.
in your life is school, and that's it. It's just crazy, like, we have more access and information to people these days, and I don't know if that's a good thing.
I think what it means to be a celebrity has changed as well,
Yeah.
because before it would have been as simple as singer or actor or something within those 2 fields, maybe
Yeah.
a sports person, director.
Yeah.
Then I think it
Now it's
changed to
influencer.
'cause well, before you even get to influencer, you had the slow evolution from traditional film star, movie star, singer, to then include reality TV star.
Oh, yeah.
I think MTV would have been a big thing with this, say, Jersey Shore, some of the earlier Real Housewives episodes. I think even the beginning seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians during that time frame, I don't think being an influencer was a thing yet.
Well,
Dare I
can
say,
mm.
the Kardashians kind of created would you say they created the
No.
influencer economy?
No, I'll tell you who created the influencer. Paris Hilton, no?
Ah,
Because
I
Paris
mean,
Hilton was on reality shows before reality shows was actually, like, a big thing.
yes.
But I don't know. There could be someone before her, but I think she for me, in my early childhood, Paris Hilton was the kind of first person I was like, "I really like her, but I don't think she's a singer." I mean, I know she tried to do music, and I know she tried to do acting, but she wasn't known for those things initially.
On that note, back in the day, do you remember all the stuff about Jessica Simpson?
Wait, our souls are in sync because I was just thinking about Jessica Simpson. I used to watch, her reality show with her husband, Nick Lachey.
Oh my
And
god, what was it called?
it was something like Newlyweds or something like
Yes.
I'm
What's
pretty
it
sure it was
called?
called Nick and Jessica Newlyweds.
What was what was the sister's name again?
Ashley Simpson. She had some
Ashley
bangers. She had
Simpson.
some bangers.
See, because when you were talking about music and Paris Hilton, I thought, listen, love Paris Hilton, but what does she have on The Simpsons?
I know. Jessica and Ashley Simpson, oh my gosh. No, stop, that's a deep cut. I love them. I love them. Oh.
But no,
Mm.
in my head, I feel like the Kardashians really started the
Yeah,
influencing
in
on
the
social
modern day,
media,
yeah. Mm.
especially with Instagram. Do you not remember the days of the Kardashians doing sponsored posts for Detox Booty
Yeah.
and whatever else they would have on their social medias?
Yeah, it's true, it's true. They defo started that kinda trend. But again, like, like, their whole brand though is that you get an insight onto what their lives are like all the time.
Mm.
But is that more of a curated view? Is it actually genuine? Are you just acting up because there's a camera on you all the time? Do you actually like these products?
I think
Yeah.
with products, probably not.
Mm.
with how they act on TV, you could argue it's an exaggerated version of them.
Mm. Ooh, do you know what? This brings me to an interesting question. Do you think celebrities find it hard to make friends?
Well, that
Like
goes back to the whole
true
Michael
true
Jackson
true
thing.
authentic friends, I mean. Because like if you tell someone a secret like, "Hey, oh my gosh, I just wrote this new song." Like imagine like that friend like goes and leaks it to the press or something. I'm sure that's happened before.
Do you know what that reminds me of?
Well,
That whole phone call recording situation between
Taylor
Kim,
Swift.
Kanye, and Taylor Swift.
That's mad. Reputation album would not have existed without that moment. So we can only thank Jesus
Jesus!
for for just, dying for our sins. I don't know.
Thank you, Jesus, for dying for us, because if you had not died for us, we never would have gotten Taylor Swift's
Reputation.
reputation.
Exactly. Do you think Jesus found it hard to make friends? Sorry, I'm just ramble.
Well, he had 12 good friends, supposedly.
I
Even
don't
then, one
know
of
if
them
they were.
betrayed him. Two
See,
of them betrayed him, I
the
think.
thing is though, with that friendship was that they all put him on a pedestal though, didn't they?
Did they?
Well, yeah, they were like, "Oh my god, son of God, I must be friends with him." I'm sure. I don't know. I'm not trying to be blasphemous, but
So
I'm just thinking.
I don't remember.
I
I
don't
did Bible
remember
studies, but I also can't remember. Why did Judas betray him?
because because he just was meant to. I don't know.
And what was the tea with Peter? Peter knew something, but I can't remember
Peter
what.
denied, right? Peter was in
Denied
denial.
what?
His love.
I
I need
can't even
someone
name
to
you.
I need someone to retell these Bible stories to me in a
Have you
more
seen that Gen
casual
Z
way.
Bible?
You sent me a clip before and I thought it was amazing.
I love the Gen Z Bible. I can't name you the 12 disciples. Or is it apostles?
You could either or really. But anyway,
Was
the
Mary Magdalene one of them?
I was gonna say something really rude, but
What?
I was like, wasn't she his like side piece or something? No, no, was
No.
no, 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 no,
She
no,
was a friend.
was she? Why did I hear
Yeah.
that he had a thing going on with her?
There are some, like, what's the word? Not
There's
controversies, but
rumors.
rumors. I mean, that's basically what the whole movie, The Da Vinci Code, is all about.
Oh yes, in that movie, Is it said that them two are together and
Supposedly,
mm,
spoiler alert,
oh
the movie Da Vinci Code, you're following a bunch of, I think it's murders or something. You're trying to figure out a case.
oh
And in the end, you discover that there is a long lost v- descendant of Jesus,
yes,
because supposedly him and Mary Magdalene,
got together.
yeah.
Hmm.
I think that's what the movie is about. I can't remember.
Okay, interesting, interesting. But anyway, maybe Jesus found it hard to make
Maybe he
friends.
did. Maybe he
Maybe
did.
Michael Jackson did as well. And it just goes to show that even these people who have all this kind of star quality, if you will, and all this charm and all this everything they want in the world, the one thing people always crave is a genuine connection with people.
Mm.
And that's the most important thing here. I think even I don't even know who is Britney Spears' closest friends. I don't know. It's not her sister.
Is it Paris Hilton? Am I going crazy?
No, they were close, but I don't know.
Not her sister
I
is
don't know.
crazy.
Not her sister.
Listen, her sister loves her.
Me and Darren have this thing where we used to do this Jamie Lynn Spears impression, where she's just like, "I love my sister. I love my sister so much." Just it really irked me out because
Was it
no, I couldn't
Celebrity
lie.
I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out
Yeah,
of Here?
because they would be like they would ask her questions about Britney, like, "Oh, you're not talking to her, you're doing this and that." And she's like, "I love my sister. I love my sister.
I love my
I love
sister.
my sister." No, you don't. You took from your sister. The house you live in, because of your sister.
Going back to the Michael Jackson movie, that's something that irked me, but
Mm,
I wanna get your genuine opinion on this as well,
mm.
because do I see both sides? I'm not too sure.
Tell me.
It's whenever Joe Jackson basically said, "They are where they are because of
Because of
him,"
him.
which
Yeah.
he's not the talent, but had he not done some of the things he done, like, call me crazy, if it wasn't for Joe Jackson,
No.
would we have
Do not
ever
defend
gotten
this
Michael
man. Do
Jackson?
not defend this man. Do not ever talk nicely about this beady-eyed man. I will never I never want to hear a good thing about this man.
Do
Because
you
yes,
think
he disciplined them in the beginning, but he didn't know how to be a parent, let's be real. He knew how to be a coach, but even then, I don't know if taking a belt out and whipping someone into shape all the time
beating
is
your
good for
kids,
them.
no, no, wrong.
But also he never let them be kids, and I think that's a big
Mm,
takeaway from the film was that Michael and I've watched interviews of this where his children would say Michael would look out the window and see kids playing in the playground, and he never had that.
mm,
And, like, he wanted independence and freedom. A parent's job is to guide you into that adulthood, right? But Joe Jackson was wrong because he wanted to own Michael, like, beyond that. He was like, "Oh, you wanna go on tour? That's fine, but you have to go on tour with your brothers as well." Like,
mm.
he didn't want that. He wanted to work on his solo stuff, but if it was up to Joe, he would have toured forever with the brothers and would have been on this long ass tour that he did not wanna be on, so, yeah. So, Joe Jackson should have known when to stop.
He
You
didn't
can
know when to stop.
He didn't know when to stop. Yes, he gave them the start, but he didn't know when to stop.
Mm.
Yeah.
'Cause because one thing I feel like maybe I missed it, but one thing I feel like that wasn't addressed so much in the movie were the brothers. I'm
Yeah.
aware that it's the Michael Jackson biopic, but there was a lot of focus on the Jackson 5 and the Jackson
Yeah.
5 storyline,
Yeah.
but I can't help but feel like they never mentioned the brothers never really got to speak about their side because whenever the topical conversation was about the Jackson 5, it always seemed like it was down to Michael.
Yeah.
Did the brothers also want to do it, or was it just Joe Jackson's
It's true
decision?
that we never actually got a POV from the brothers if they wanted to tour or not.
Going back to something you said a lot earlier with regards to normal childhood,
Yeah.
as I said, we don't know when the Jacksons 5 started their essentially K-pop esque training.
Yeah, but
But
worse.
if I was to make an assumption, let's say it wasn't until Michael was born and old enough. Let's say up until then, none of them done any training. Maybe they did. Maybe Joe Jonas was going to have them be the Jackson 4. Who
Jackson,
knows?
sorry. Yeah.
But if I were to just take it from Michael Jackson's life, you said they seemed quite well adjusted as older people compared
Yeah.
to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Maybe they did have a normal upbringing up until a certain point.
Well, I don't know if they addressed it in the movie or not, but were they homeschooled or did he go to school? Or he did go to school. But when he became famous, it would have been hard to balance school with going on
Yeah.
tour, no? So,
Well, even before
yeah.
then, because what was the mom's name?
Catherine.
Catherine. Like, she
Mm,
would argue with Joe in the movie because he would say that they have a gig that evening,
mm.
and the mum would say they have school the next
Oh,
morning.
yeah, yeah. And then, like, the dad would be like, "I don't care, they need to practice, they weren't good enough," or
Yeah,
something.
but
But yeah. Oof.
it's true as you say. I think Michael Jackson had a bit of problems, but he had a troubled upbringing. He wasn't really ever around other people. He got
Would it
signed at the age of 10.
would it have been better for his mental health if he actually made close friends back then? But back to the original point. What is the original point here? I can't remember.
I don't know if
Just
there
off
was an original point or not.
I think we're just talking, like, about famous people, friends.
We spoke a lot about juice,
A lot about drinks,
drinks, Michael
um,
Jackson, being
Michael
Asian.
Jackson, being Asian. But the original point was, like, I'm moving away soon, and I'm wondering how my friendships will change, if that, once I move.
You've said this a lot to me before, and it baffles me to no end. You're worried about being able to make friends, and I don't see why you would have that problem. You're making new friends now.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
one of the
That's crazy
problems you've
work.
said you've had
I was like, "Oh, I need to stop making new friends because 'cause I'm leaving."
because you keep making new
Can't let
friends.
can't get attached now. But, like, well, and, it's ironic as well that I feel like I struggle because Canada is supposedly gonna be nicer people there apparently. Or at least more polite and more friendly. Um,
I mean, I'm
uh,
gonna say it, for
yeah,
me, when I moved to Scotland, I obviously have my long-term friends in London, but
yeah.
it's been so much easier to make friends in Scotland. I
Mm.
feel like I can genuinely say the average person I've met here is just nicer.
But you know what is interesting as well? You made these new friends, but they're friends with this newer version of you. So when
Mm,
I move to Canada, I will actually kind of not change, but I guess I will be a bit different because I will be a different version of myself there. And then I wonder what that version of me will be like and what that version of me will attract. More mature friends. I mean, no, everyone's mature now, but like, it's true. Like, am I gonna be making friends that are more in couples as well? Because I guess me and my boyfriend will be meeting people together as well as separately.
mhm.
So there's gonna be that. Like, we're gonna meet people. Are we gonna be meeting people older than us or around our age? Am I still gonna be in the hospitality service? I was lucky enough that most of my friendships here were made through random things like a gig, music connections. I met some of my favorite people through musical connections.
It's good to go out onto the scene and do the things you enjoy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say what you said with regards to moving somewhere new and changing. You do change as a person. Your essence stays the same. You
Yeah.
do change as a person, but it's never as a case of, at least for me, and I would like to think for you, it's not that you change so much, but rather you evolve.
It's evolving. That's it.
The
It's
basis of who
becoming
you are
like the
stays the same.
becoming a better version of yourself, if that. Not better, but
Yes.
like a yeah. Because
Improved?
improved, yeah. Because, like, I was talking to Nathan about this as well. I was like, "Oh, you know what? A few years ago, you always think your life is better like a few years ago, every few years,
Mm,
when it always takes away from the present moment. Because I can always sit
yeah.
back here and when I think about what have I achieved in London, I put out 3 independent albums by the age of, like, 27. and then I rebranded a couple more times. I was the lead singer of a band. I did all of this and that. But in each of those I look back on each of those eras and those albums, and I'm like, "Wow, I wish I enjoyed it more. I wish I wasn't so insecure," because I look back on those videos and pictures, and I'm like, "Wow, I was really cool," you know?
You were doing the damn
I
thing.
was doing it, and that's like Michael not to compare, but, like, Michael Jackson, all he wanted to do was just go sing on stage, right? And put on a and entertain people. And I think in London, like, that's all I wanted to do as well. So, you know, I'm actually very lucky that I got to do that. Maybe it wasn't on a big scale, but at least I got to do it. Because
No,
in
I think you did
Canada
it very well.
thank you, and I did it on my own terms, which was great. But in Canada, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if I'm gonna still be a singer-songwriter. I know you said very sweetly to me that I will always be a singer-songwriter to you, um, and I might write songs in private with Nathan, but I won't have the same desire to go out and perform them and put on a gig because
Do you not think so?
my priorities might be different there. I might be more, like, thinking about well, that's what I'm, like, trying to figure out. Am I gonna be sociable there? Am I not? Because I'm gonna be, like, figuring out how much money to save. Will I be able to afford to, like, go out and do all these social things? What I'm trying to say is things are gonna be different, but I
But
wonder
sometimes different can be better and better can be good.
oh, exactly.
I feel like you mentioned things and you said certain things as if they were a negative, but I
Yeah.
can't help but see them as a positive. You
Oh,
were talking about wanting to do music, being sociable, but think about how many friends you have currently simply because you did music. I think if you found out more about the music scene there and you found out ways how to perform or where to perform, I think you'd meet a lot of people that way.
true. They might be intrigued as well by my accent and my story and
I
my
think it'll
autumn
be a
leaf tattoo.
strong I think it'll be a strong, like, heads up for you.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to feel, like, more positive about it rather than, like, scared about it. I think
Mm.
I need to do what Michael Jackson did in the film, and he wrote all these manifestations on the
Yes,
mirror. I will do that. I will manifest that I will thrive and survive in Canada, everywhere.
I have no doubt.
Oh. Well, thank you for this lovely chat.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Hope you had a good
On a
time.
side note as well, I think I said to you already, even though you're moving to Canada and everything, I still have faith in my heart that somehow, somewhere, in some point in life, we're gonna live
Good
together.
house. I knew
Yeah.
it. See, I knew you were gonna say that. Um, yeah, we definitely need to experience you never know, even if I come down to the UK for a visit, if I could just crash in Scotland for, like, a few days, a week or something,
And like I said to you
a
as well,
month.
I will definitely be coming to visit you early 2027.
Yeah, and I always said this to you as well, like, I feel like our podcasts will get even better when I move because it just makes it more I don't know why, but it will just feel more special to have these moments to film.
Mhm. We're early
Yeah,
days here.
we're early days, this is just the beginning. Alrighty. Well, I wish you good night now.
I wish you good night.
Oh, and, right, I forgot that other people can hear this. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you've
Hello,
been enjoying
everyone.
the podcast.
Oh my god.
What's up?
I This is actually one of those episodes. I forgot we are filming. This isn't just a regular chat.
I know this like, I told you I was saying goodnight to you, and I was like, "Oh my god, wait, we're on camera."
Here we are. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you.
This conversation just went a bit everywhere, but
That is how a phone call of ours it goes, isn't it?
yeah, that's just kind of how our phone calls go.
It's yeah.
We always said to each other that these podcasts will be sort of like us just us having our phone calls. You're gonna have
Yes.
these episodes where it's not a specific topic, but just us catching up or us
Yeah.
having things we wanted to talk about. I hope you enjoyed.
We hope it's entertaining to you as it is for us. Yeah.
I don't even remember what we spoke about. I know
Something
Michael
about Red
Jackson,
Bull.
something about beverages, yes. But thank you for listening. I've been Darren.
I've been Kathy.
We hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give us a like, comment, and subscribe. You can find us on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube Podcasts,
And TikTok.
Substack, TikTok, Instagram,
Yeah.
all of that. We're
All
always
right.
under two fortunes and a cookie.
Yes.
Anyway, have a good night. Thank you
Good
very
night,
much.
everybody.
Take
Bye.
care.